Hello viewers, welcome back to Daily Retro. Today we're talking about a gaming memory of mine, so the first ever handheld I ever played, which in this case was the Nintendo Game Boy Color. This was probably back in sort of mid 2000s, so a bit late to the party, as I think the second generation of Pokemon was around 2001 in Europe. But I've had trouble trying to find this specific console. It's an edition of the Game Boy Color that came out specifically for when Pokemon Silver and Gold came out in 2001, maybe even 2002. But they've been trying to find it for a long time, and so has the wife. Been asking around different retro shops because they're generally the place I go to try and find sort of more hard to find retro handhelds and games, but had no joy for a long time. And then the main reason for that was because I've seen a lot of people trying to sell reshelled versions of original Game Boy Color consoles, and that's fine. If you want a reshelled console, you want it to look fine, that's great, but I wanted something that's got some age to it, something that has been played with. I mean, I want it to obviously work, but I'm not too worried about the aesthetics, if you know what I mean. And let me know if that's your sort of thing as well. So, without babbling on too much, we'll talk about the actual console in question, which is the Pokemon Yellow edition of the Game Boy Color, with, as you can see, Pokemon Silver in the back there. And had to pick this up on eBay because like I say, it's I just couldn't find it in any retro game shop. There are lots of obviously Game Boy Colors in game shops, but not with this specific screen bezel. So the one with Togepi, Jigglypuff and Pikachu. There's actually tons of Pikachu and Pichu, but just could not find this one. I could only find it reshelled, and was absolutely stunned that I managed to win it on eBay with a copy of Pokemon Silver, £70 I think it was, when the game alone is worth £25 nowadays. And hadn't seen another sold listing of this or seen it in retro shops for over a year. So either no one really cares about it, or they sell it boxed for more expensive, but I'm not really fast on collecting the boxes, to be honest. When I got it first, it was pretty scratched up in bad shape, but as you can see, I've had a little clean up of it. Does look pretty good now. The odd little scratch on the screen, but nothing that's going to affect gameplay. And had to clean up a little bit of the corrosion on the battery terminals, because I think the person who sold it has literally just had batteries sat in it for, I don't know, 15 years or so, and it's just been sat in a cupboard collecting dust. Also the speaker doesn't work, so that's a project possibly for a future video. I have taken it apart and I have cleaned it all out, put it all back together, but still doesn't work, that speaker. So one's been ordered and gonna solder that in. Fortunately, I've got a fairly high spec soldering iron, so that'll be a project for an afternoon soon, which should be good fun. But yeah, as for the actual gaming side of this console, used to actually go round to my friend's house in primary school after school. And they'd have the PlayStation 1 and maybe even the PlayStation 2 in the mid 2000s, but I was just absolutely obsessed with Pokemon Silver. Yeah, I think in the end I might have had, when I could afford it, I had my own copy and then would sort of take it round and play it in their Game Boy Color, and it was this edition of the Game Boy Color. So that's just a really nice memory for me, even though I never owned it. Having it be the first handheld console that I ever played, it's just a really nice memory. And now that when I got it in the post, I was kind of like, oh wow, I didn't think I'd ever own this sort of thing, but now I can afford it. It's just a nice thing to have in the collection, and I can think of no more nostalgic handheld console for myself. So let me know, what was your favourite retro handheld console back in the day? What was the first retro handheld console you ever played? I presume some of you are older than me, but also there could be people that are younger than me who maybe started on the Gameboy Advance or the DS or something like that. But equally, I'm sure that there's a lot of people in this community who probably started on the DMG and the sort of re-releases of the DMG in the mid-90s. If you like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe. In my analytics I can still see about 60% of you are not subscribed, so if you could click that subscribe button down below, that'd be absolutely awesome. We're going to see the Retro Bear hopefully this Saturday, so that'll be really cool to meet him for the first time. We're going up to Vintage Gamer. If any of you would like to meet up at either Retro Games HQ in Swindon or Vintage Gamer at some point, then feel free to let me know. I'm always open to the idea, and it would be nice just to meet some of the community. But until next time guys, hope you enjoyed this video, and cheers for watching.